Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, the NAACP, at the 21st century. And of course, we have with us to talk about the NAACP in the 21st century, the president of the Nashville branch of the NAACP, Reverend Vernon Dixon. And of course, Reverend Vernon Dixon, let me welcome you to the show this morning.
Thank you for inviting us.
And of course, Reverend Dixon, we also might add that you are not only the president of the Nashville branch of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, but you're also the pastor of Hobson United Methodist Church in Nashville, Tennessee. And of course, and that's why we made reference to you as Reverend Dixon this morning.
Right.
Reverend Dixon, what we'd like to do today is to talk about the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People at the 21st century, recognizing that this organization was around at the 21st century, in the 20th century, and it has played a very, very significant role. But before we get into that, Reverend Dixon, let's have you as the president of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People of the branch in Nashville, Tennessee. Let's have you to give us some information about your background, your education, and some of the things that eventually led you to the presidency of this branch, and then we'll talk about the NAACP itself and then get into some of your programs.
Well, first of all, Dr. Haney, I just want to thank you for this opportunity to be able to come and to talk to you and to recognize your achievements and your accomplishments in this area. And so it is indeed an honor for me to be here today. I'm a native Nashvilleian and attended the schools in Nashville. Unfortunately, I didn't get to attend the integrated schools because integration didn't take place until the year after I finished. And then I left the schools here and then went to Fisk University. And then after that was in the real estate business for many, many years in this community before accepting my call to ministry and moving on then to pastor Hobson United Methodist Church. My involvement with the NAACP started when I was a teenager and under the leadership of then Mrs. Curly Magruder, who was always getting youth involved in the movement and teaching us about this organization and showing us ways that we might be able to be responsible citizens in the community. And so my early involvement started there. Later in my adult years, I worked more directly with the Education Committee, and for many years was the chair of that committee, working through the desegregation suits that came through Nashville. And then ultimately, last year, some people came to me and said that they thought that I might be able to offer the kind of leadership from the role of the presidency, and so I sought that last year, and I am very thankful that the members of the branch came out in such a strong number and to support it, my running for the office and ultimately in voting for me for that office. So that's my involvement in how I've come. There was a stretch of time when I was not involved in the NAACP and kind of walked away and looked at it. But I began to realize that if we are going to make Nashville the kind of community that we really want it to be, we have to be involved in the NAACP. And so I returned to the branch and made my commitment. I am a life member of the branch, now subscribing toward my Diamond Life membership. And encourage all Nashvilleians who want to make this city a better place, particularly when they're focusing on issues around civil rights, that the NAACP is the organization that they need to belong to and to be a part of. We welcome anybody who is interested in making Nashville a better place to come and to join with us. You know, when you talked about what we're going to do for the 21st century, it's important also to remember what we've done, to remember what brought the organization into existence back in 1910. It is a national organization. We have branches throughout all of the 50 states, and particularly on college campuses where we are very active and where I think the movement is carrying us in the 21st century, is that we've got to find a way to educate our young people about the struggles that are there and what has done and what others have done in order to make the advantages for them that they now benefit from. So that's the that's why I'm involved, and that's why I'm here today, to try to get others and to convince others that they need to be involved.
And of course, you know, before, as we make preparations, Reverend Dixon, for our first commercial break, It's a great challenge, I would imagine, to deal with the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People in light of the fact that not very many of our young people know that much about the organization. And I would imagine that that's one of the challenges.
That's the great challenge for us facing us today because the civil rights movement has always been grounded in young people. When we remember in this city the sit-ins that took place in the 60s, it was young people, it was college people that went out and made the difference in the community. And so we do have to educate them and to make it also relevant to them. Let's
take this first commercial break, Reverend, and then we'll come back and talk about the civil rights movement and some other aspects of the NAACP. And we'll be back with the topic is